Today is a deeply personal day for me. And honestly, something happened that helped me to find comfort in my grief today. And I feel like it's meant to be shared here too. But before I get into it, I want to pause and encourage myself first. I'm present. I am anchored in love. I'm safe to feel, safe to speak, and safe to be seen. This moment is sacred. I honor my emotions without judgment. I release any pressure to be perfect. I simply show up as myself, heart open, spirit steady, and love leading. Grief is like the storm that I just witnessed. And this caused a whole deeper kind of like epiphany, if you will, in helping me process my grief today. And I needed to come and hit record because I wanted to document this moment in real time. So I'm letting you in on a personal reflection. With the storms in life, it can pour down heavy and sudden, even after moments that felt fine or even joyful. Sometimes we walk out of the season where things seem clear, only to find ourselves caught in a downpour we didn't expect. The sky shifts, the atmosphere changes, and we feel soaked, disoriented, and wondering what it will end. But if we keep moving, if we keep breathing, if we keep trusting the road we're on, the storm eventually starts to break. It might not happen instantly, it might not happen evenly, but at some point, we find ourselves under a patch of the sun again, where the road ahead looks dry, even if the road behind us is still flooded with rain. And here's the deeper truth: both the storm and the sunshine are real, both can exist at the same time. Just like in grief, you can carry sorrow and still find yourself smiling at a memory. You can ache for what you lost and still celebrate what you're going. You can still celebrate where you're going. You can miss what was and still be deeply grateful for what remains. Two things can be true. The storm doesn't erase the sun, and the sun, it doesn't erase the storm. They coexist, and so do we. Living, breathing, grieving, growing all at once. And I had this epiphany when I was walking out of a store today, and it just brought me comfort today of all days. And I'm glad that God gave me that visual to remind me, using the storm and then using the sunshine. Over the past few years, I've learned that grief doesn't disappear. It changes shape though. Instead of seeing this day only through the lens of loss, I've been learning to honor it as a space for joy, remembrance, and deep gratitude. To let the emotions have room without rushing them, without silencing them. So today, I'm sharing something personal, a letter I wrote to my mom. In the hopes that if you're carrying grief too, it reminds you it's okay to feel it all. It's okay to hold sorrow and joy in the same breath. This episode is for anyone who has loved deeply and lost, and is learning to live with open hands and an open heart. Here's my letter to my mom. Today, I sit by the window, watching the trees sway with the wind, the way you once did, on quiet lunch breaks between busy days. I wonder what filled your mind in those moments. Dreams, prayers, memories, or maybe even hopes unspoken. Maybe you sat with joy. Maybe you sat with an ache, like I do today. Maybe, like me today, you sat with both. Today marks the day you left this world. But I will not make this a day of dread. I will not fold into sorrow, nor will I deny its tender weight. Today, I choose joy, not to erase the grief, but to weave it into the fabric of my living. I carry you in my breath. I honor you in my movement. And today, I put it all on the mat, releasing energy that is not mine to carry, moving the ache from my body, breathing in full parts, stretching and grounding myself, opening my heart to what comes. I will not rush my emotions. I will not silence the lump in my throat, the heaviness in my chest, the memories that rise like tide water. Instead, I will sit with them. I will welcome them like an old friend. I will hold them like sacred offerings and let them remind me I'm still loving you, even here, in this moment. You live with compassion that lingered long after you left the room. You love without hesitation. You gave without keeping score. And so today, I live in your honor. I love deeper. I take up space. I feel it all. I miss you, Mom. But even in the emptiness, you are here. And I'm grateful for every breath of you that still lives in me. I love you always. Um, Thank you for holding space for me today to share this with you today. I really felt it on my heart that I needed to share how I'm processing my grief. I hope this serves as encouragement for someone who is navigating their own season of grief. It's not easy. Just know, wherever you are on your own journey with grief, with healing, with remembering, I want you to know that it's okay to feel it all. Let this serve as your permission slip to feel it all. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to hide from it. You don't have to let grief chase you down until it shows up in your body, until it affects your health, until it affects your mind, until it affects your life. I want you to feel empowered to face your grief head on. to feel the emotions, and if you can't name them, there are tons of resources online, feelingswill.com, and many other resources to help you. And then also using this as a tool, and this tool I'm talking about is just being honest with where you are and writing it all out in a letter format. It really does help with processing. It's a tool that I use even with my life and grief coaching clients when we're processing a loss. And so I am doing the thing that I take my clients through. And I want to encourage you that writing a letter to your loved one, someone you've lost, or even honestly just writing a letter about a thing that you lost, or an experience, whether it's a loss of a job or, you know, loss of income, things like that, whatever kind of loss you're facing that has just changed how you show up in the world. You still have to process that grief. And writing a letter, honestly, is so helpful in helping you to move it from your head to your heart and not letting it stay there, but processing it. And you'll feel so much better. I mean, honestly, from the time I started recording to now, I feel so much better. You know, joy and sorrow, hope and heartache. You don't have to choose one over the other. You are allowed to carry both and live fully anyway. Know that you are safe in your grief. You are seen in your grief, and you are enough in your grief. And truly, it's okay to lean into your grief. This is an example of me letting you into my grief. I know that I've honored my heart. I have honored her memory. I have honored this moment. I release this offering with love. And I'm proud of myself for showing up.